Alhamdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. I'm joined with the amazing Dreamer. Alhamdulillah. I love her channel so much. Make sure you check it out. She'll be tagged in the title. I'll tag her around here as well. Please check out the channel. It's absolutely incredible.
Assalamu alaikum. My name's Nicole, and I reverted about 4 years ago.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Okay, so sister, the first question I'm going to ask you is, were you religious before you became Muslim? Did you have a religion?
No, I wasn't religious, but I was very spiritual. Did pray to God every day of my own understanding. So I didn't have a religion, but I did have like a connection with God, that I felt like I had a connection with God.
It's interesting because I feel like a lot as kids, we naturally talk to God. You know, even me, I was brought up with no religion, but when I was younger, I was always talking to God and practicing spirituality and all these things. So how did you go from that to becoming Muslim? What is your story?
Okay, so yeah, basically, as I told you, I had been having a connection with God, praying to God on the daily. God had helped me with a lot of things, I felt like, in my life. And slowly, I still had some behaviors, I guess, that wouldn't be acceptable as a Muslim. And I slowly felt like those were just like falling away. I was losing desire in certain things. And it was right around the time of the Trump election, the first one. And there was a lot of mention of Muslims in the media. And, there had even been some Muslims praying in an airport somewhere, and everybody was protecting them. I don't know. There was a lot of stuff going on. And in addition to that, I also I lived in a big city, and I had an encounter with some Muslims, and they just were nothing like what the media portrayed. And they were very generous, patient, sincere. This sparked my curiosity, because I'm I had to know more about it. And when I started researching Islam, I listened to a lot of Mufti Menk and everything, because he's really easy listening. And it just made perfect sense to me. I already believed that there was just one God. So this was it just seemed like something I was looking for, but I didn't know I was looking for it.
MashaAllah, that's so amazing. You know what? I listened to Mufti Menk too when I was going on that journey. And you know what? He is so easy to listen to. So did you put hijab on straight away? So were you obviously Muslim? And how did you tell your parents?
No, I did not put hijab on straight away. There's a lot of Muslims around me in that community that didn't wear hijab. So I was like, do I have to wear it? So I wasn't visibly Muslim for about a year or so. And my mother had an inkling about what had happened. So I actually was able to kind of tell her before I put on hijab. And, most of my family was okay with it. Some of my family, they've already been given information that may not be true about Islam, or it's not in the right context or whatever. So they already have their opinions, and they were not very happy about it. Yeah.
What about your brother? Because you make a lot of videos with your brother. So what is he like? What does he think about the whole thing? Is he sort of coming around to the idea of Islam?
Yeah, he's very open-minded. I was kind of surprised, because he was in the military. I assumed that people in the military, they went to Iraq and had all these opinions, but his experience there wasn't negative. So he had interactions with Muslims before me, and yeah, he seems pretty open-minded to it, but he's on his own journey. So.
Oh wow, mashallah. Do you think he ever might become Muslim? Do you think there's potential there?
I really can't tell.
Yeah, yeah, I know you can't tell, but his open-mindedness is something that's very important. And mashallah, all we can do is make dua. And if you're making dua for her family, please make dua for my family, because my family are way off becoming Muslim. But mashallah, sister, seriously, that's such an incredible story and a really nice journey.
I think like anything, if I want to say anything, it's like if somebody is considering reverting, like just take your time to research. Okay, not like all the time in the world, but take your time to research. Don't just take like the first information that you receive online. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of different information online, and it can be really confusing, I think, as a revert. It was for me anyway. You know, there's different opinions and everything, and like the strictest interpretation is not always the best I don't want to say the best, but the most right, I guess.
Mhm.
A lot of reverts get bullied into one way, I guess.
When you first become Muslim, you know, there's all these different like schools of thought and ideologies that people follow, and you just don't understand that when you first become Muslim, you know. And it takes a little while to decipher through scholars and understanding why some scholars are so different to other scholars and all this kind of stuff. Okay, thank you so much, Nicole. It's been absolutely incredible. And I hope everything goes well with you.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
Alhamdulillah.